Hey everybody, it's Rhea here and Caleb, and I'm here just to share GAIA'S guidance on the fly again. Just here to help bring forth alignment to our heart energy through Gaia's wisdom and Gaia's information. And as we align to our heart and our heart frequency, then our lives reflect that very frequency and vibration and abundance. And for anybody who tuned into yesterday's video, I've been guided to do a chapter in my book, Losing My Religion. I haven't revisited this book since I wrote it, and I've been very strongly guided to revisit it, not only for myself, but to share it with you guys. And so I've committed to doing just one little paragraph in combination with my GAIA'S guidance cards, because they truly work hand in hand. This book isn't necessarily just to do with losing my religion, breaking down your walls to release what's inside. It can mean religious dogma, but it also can mean breaking the shell that has been created around our heart, around our treasure chest, just from beliefs that have been put on us from family or society, universities, teachers, groups, work, of that.
I would say that religion is even anything that you just follow daily, routinely, perpetual cycles, whether that's consciously or subconscious, whether it influences a negative, positive emotion or vibration within you. So it is all about, breaking down the walls within and losing your religion. So it doesn't have to actually be an external reflection of a Jesus Christ or a Buddha, but actually even a negative habit or positive cycle
that is preventing you from accessing your true self and expressing that and communicating that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. It's not necessarily religion. Religion, like he said, encompasses any belief system that is constricting or containing our true self. Anything that is preventing the free flow and expression of what's in our heart. So I brought Caleb on, and it was actually his suggestion. He says, hey, do you want me to join you for your paragraph? And I said, sure. It'll be awesome to have a younger male perspectives, wisdom, and insight on the subject. And I don't think you've never physically read the book either. So it's just a good way for him to visit it also. So I'll just read the second paragraph of the book real quick.
I experienced the real life
version,
and then before it was narrated.
Hi, John. Thank you for joining us. So the paragraph for today is, it is said in the last days, the hearts of many men will fail because of fear. Our hearts fail every time we make a decision based in fear instead of trusting what is in our hearts. Our heart is each and everyone's very own treasure chest that is open every time we choose to believe what is in it. By the way, this treasure chest is bottomless and never ending. This is the true lottery that everyone wants to win. They just don't know it. I believe that that is why there is such an epidemic of big lotto games in this country. There's nothing wrong with playing the lottery, and I sure wouldn't mind winning. But it is symbolic of something much greater. A lot of people are searching for fulfillment in the wrong places. Oops, sorry guys, I think I might have... Oh, no, let's continue. Searching for fulfillment in the wrong places. They're looking outwardly for their happiness. Our true treasure lies within. This does not mean, however, that you should not close the doors to games of chance. I'm simply saying that you have already won the lottery. You just need to collect it. And we actually expand our winnings every time we make a decision based in trust, which is to believe what is in the heart, the desires that you hold dear. When you choose to believe in your treasure, it will help manifest the life you want. The very same reason everyone wants to be the winner of the big lotto, to create the life they want. So everything in life is a reflection of what we're going through in our energy and our imprint, including playing the games. And a lot of us do look for that fulfillment without. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially when it is a truer reflection of your heart energy. But when you're looking just for that, for your answer, it's fleeting. It's not everlasting. And when you choose like a desire in your heart and to believe in it against all odds, that is winning the true lottery, when you connect to your true self, because your true self and what is within your heart is an eternal treasure, and it's where your God self resides. It's where all your desires and fulfillment lie. And when you can connect to that and just believe in it, the mind doesn't have to understand it, but believe in it, that creates a high frequency. Belief is a high frequency. And it's your frequency that manifests the world you live in. So if you can operate in a higher frequency, then your life will project and mirror back that frequency. Caleb, do you have anything that you want to say about that and the lottery? And
the lottery is just a reflection of choosing your thoughts and actions within the external projected illusion that we live in, because we're that which is before the interaction of the illusion. Or that which is anchored within our hearts, which is the never-ending love, light, awareness that we're all created by, and that to play the lottery is to gamble with the illusion, with the society, the social expectations, because when you gamble, you may win positive emotions or negative emotions, positive vibrations or negative vibrations. But if you sit back and you're anchored in that which produces the game, you actually win the lottery and you win the game, because you become that which is before the game and the gambling.
Caleb always takes what I have to say and goes a little deeper with it.
Deep dive.
So some of you guys might resonate with the deep dive, and some of you might just reserve with plunging into the water and swimming it and like having fun and playing in it. And I do realize that life is an illusion, but we're still experiencing it, and the experience is real, and it's fun to play, it's fun to jump in, it's fun to play lotto games, but
to the extent in which you are actually anchored in the heart center,
yes,
or the never-ending awareness that is always with you from birth to death, that is in the background witnessing the objects, because you're not the objects, you're actually the subject, and then you're actually the awareness, which encompasses both, is the level of positive vibes and experiences that you do project and experience. So it's great to swim around and have fun and dance and play in the illusion. However, you'll only feel as fulfilled as you are anchored within, where that is the ultimate winning of the lottery.
Yeah, it's good to play, but with the deeper awareness, knowing it is a game, it is a projection, and it's for the experience. But we did choose the physical experience for our higher God self to have that experience. So I like to embrace it and live it and taste it and feel it.
And I would even say that the God self is being the projector, not the projection. Because if you get to choose and create your reality through the vibration and the anchored heart self, you're becoming the projector rather than the projection.
Definitely.
Which could be the illusion, and what a lot of people live within their projection, not knowing that they're actually that God self within as the projector, which creates the movie.
Exactly, and that's another way to look at the treasure chest in the heart being the projector, right? And then so that's just using different symbolism, but again, the thing is to break all the things that might have served us in the past and release them, so we can be a truer projector of our projection.
So losing your religion or breaking down the walls within can simply mean moving out of the projection and becoming the projector, where you can project and create the projection that you fully truly desire to your highest self, or your calling, really.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're lost within the projection and you haven't broken down the walls within, or lost the religion, which is all just social programming, labels, identification that clog up you from reaching that God state as the projector.
It could be any simple belief system that was put on you that you've just taken on as your own, not even realizing it, because a lot of times we live through subconscious energies that have been put on us without even consciousness. So it's just good to delve in and say, well, does this feel right? Is this limiting me? And if it makes you feel contracted, if it makes you feel like you are living in a box and you have a deeper desire, but you don't think you should move forth with it because of a belief, then it is not for you. It is time to release that. it is time to let it go, even though we contracted to experience that limitation in order to break free of it. It could be something simple as anything. Like, I know when I was brought up earlier in the Catholic religion, they kind of shied from meditation because they thought that you are opening yourself up to negative energies that presented themselves. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, some people. Yeah, I remember doing that. Or being in an unhappy marriage but not breaking free of because you think divorce is a bad thing, or gender-wise, not sexual stuff, any of that stuff, thinking it's not right because that's what you were taught.
Well, I would say the reason I think that the religions actually don't want you to meditate is because they want to keep you trapped in that perpetual cycle. And when you learn to meditate, it takes practice like anything. You got to learn to crawl before you walk, before you run. And when you meditate and give all thoughts back and give the mind back and give the projection back so you can reach the projector, it untangles the entire projection and it allows things to untangle itself. It's like a knot. The knot has to untangle itself. If you're really it just makes it worse, rather than if you just let it be, it'll untangle itself. So actually that's a very uncertain opposite that a religion that promotes peace and unity, that they wouldn't want you to sit back and let things unfold because maybe they don't want you to see how tangled up and pre-programmed projection you're experiencing.
Yeah, that's a good word, pre-programmed. And it can even be something as simple as when you're a kid, you think you have to go to college, you have to get a degree, and a lot of kids are going to college with no idea, not really wanting to go there, but thinking they need to because they have to in order to get a degree to do what they want to do. That is just a big system. That is a huge system. Thinking that abundance has to come from hands-on work, when really abundance will come more free-flowing and less stressful if you tune into your heart and do that. The universe works cooperatively to address that. So we're put into a lot of limitations with school, with education, with work, thinking you got to climb up the corporate ladder.
When really it's all just enslaving you more, as entangling up the projection more. So it is very important to sit back and meditate because in order to move faster, you oftentimes have to slow down. And this incarnation, or life experience rather, is a game of unbalanced paradoxes. Because for one to exist, the opposing must also exist, or opposite, if you will. So many people are stuck in one side of the paradox rather than trying to balance it and see the other opposing force or unbalanced side of the paradox. And when we actually meditate, we can allow the opposing force or unbalanced paradox to balance itself. We can see more clearly. We can move more out of the projection and into the projector, which is ultimately our higher self or our more natural anchored state.
It's self-empowerment. When you tune into your heart and you become the projector instead of the projection and get caught up in that, it's stepping into your power. And this is just bringing forth or instigating you to look at beliefs that could be limiting. And it's all about self-empowerment. Self-empowerment, stepping into your power, and claiming your sovereignty, because we are sovereign beings. We are here to be free. And there's a huge, huge shift and transition into that. People breaking down the walls to release what's inside, breaking down old systems that aren't working anymore. So I did pull a GAIA'S guidance card because they go hand in hand, and just for our own personal message for our heart, because our hearts are one with Mother Earth. We're working in symbiosis. She's just a reflection of us. And their message is also to help us clear away those layers that are preventing us from free-flowing in the energy of who we really are. And the one that I got is grounded. It's a beautiful little little seaweed seed from the beach on the ocean, and it does look very grounded. It's just bang right in there. And the yellow represents our solar plexus, so it's showing to trust in your gut, trust what you feel, and act upon that. That's that grounding, taking action, not just living in the etheric realm and having all these ideas, but when you take action. And also when you tune into the heart energy, you are grounding that energy to bring forth the physical manifestation that you are. And this little guy here looks like a little bird from the side profile. You can see his little beak, you can see his little eye, and this is like his little legs. This is his little tail, the little neck. So you can see the side profile. There's a little beak and eye. That in itself represents freedom, free. And I can feel the energy, the spirit. Freedom. When you tune into your heart energy and you ground that to Mother Earth and you take action and you just choose to believe, even though you don't understand the reasons why or how, you become more free, like this little bird. And this little bird can even represent like a new bird hatching, breaking the egg of your heart, breaking the shell open so the little bird can come forth and create new life, new experiences, and take you to new places on your journey. This is a perfect representation of what we just discussed. And the message, real quickly, it's grounded, and it says, as you connect and integrate your spiritual self with your physical self, you ground your energy to Earth. Mother Earth is the physical symbol and mirror of our true nature, whole, complete, self-sustaining growth and healing. Connecting to Earth is connecting to self. So not just going outside and connecting to Earth, but whenever you appreciate something in Earth, everything is reflective of how we operate as one little organism or being. We are self-sustaining because we are the creator. We are the center of our universe, and what we believe and what we vibrate is literally how we orchestrate the universe to manifest that which we are, that which we are believing in, that which we are vibrating at. So that is the message for today, is to trust in yourself. And trusting in yourself and taking action, you become like this little bird and you'll be able to fly and live freely. Anything you want to add to that, Caleb? Or?
Yeah, to be the little bird, you got to hop out of the nest and, take flight, and it can be scary because you don't know if you're actually going to fall or if you're going to take flight. The little bird doesn't actually ever know at first.
That's a very good, very, very, very insightful. It's true. Sometimes you got to hop out of that nest. Sometimes you got to leave that job. You got to leave that relationship. You got to leave that family. You got to move across country. You got to wear a different pair of shoes, per se. So that's an awesome representation or symbolism or analogy of the little bird. So true. And it is scary. So just find that inner strength. Trust that gut, move forward. And in your step, in believing in that step, you create a high frequency that will be supportive of you. Opportunities, people, situations that the human mind can't comprehend will manifest, and they will just kind of appear out of nowhere, but they didn't really come out of nowhere. They came from your belief and your action and hopping out of the little nest to be free and to express your individuality. Sometimes you got to leave the group. You got to leave the flock. You've got to discover who you really are.
Now, it's also said the title of the card, being grounded, kind of relates directly to the meditation as well. Because as you practice your meditation, you become stronger and stronger, like any practice. Meditating, when you clear your mind, you don't think about anything, no space, time, thoughts, emotions, feelings. You find yourself completely quiet and into the now, which is that absolute grounding. To see things more clearly, to understand that you're the projector and not the projection.
Yeah, and because everything does stem from the now too. There's no past, there is no present. You're just projecting all the time from the now, and when you can clear the headspace, you can receive higher spiritual energy. Like the card said, to integrate the spiritual, which you receive more clear communication when you're in meditation. And when you can receive it, then you can act on it. Then you are even aware of it. And then you bring that into the physical body to experience firsthand.
You never actually experienced anything outside the now. The past and the future is completely mind-based and mind-projected. So as you become even more grounded in the now, you realize that you're not your mind. And you're not the past or the future. You've only ever been the now. And at some point that can seem kind of scary because you do die to those mental projections. But when you die, it's also very freeing. And to die is to be reborn. And it's like opening up the floodgates and realizing all that you are, which is only the now.
And that is the greatest illusion, is death, because we are eternal and we are never ending. And we're always shifting realities. That's another whole subject matter, but that is also another belief system. So thank you, John, for listening and tuning in. And if you guys have any comments, feel free to comment, and we will see you tomorrow. Thank you.